Hi, this is Peter Riley Osborne with BeaverBlitz.com, and today I'm going to be talking about Onesimus Clarke, the guard for the Beavers. He's a potential starter next year, and there's a lot of things I really like about him as a player and a lot of his athleticism, so I wanted to kind of go through some things here on this play particularly that I thought he did well. As usual, I'm going to show the play first, so you kind of know what to expect, and then we'll talk about some parts of it later. Okay, so a couple things in here real quick. I'm going to start with actually something that's a little negative. It's not a huge deal. But if you look at Clarke here, he's pretty far back in his stance. These guys go to Cal. They, in theory, should be smart. You don't want to kind of clue guys in that much that you're doing something different. So you want everyone to kind of look the same. It's a small detail, but details matter. I would prefer to see him line up a little further forward so to kind of disguise what he's doing a little bit better. So right here, he's pulling, which is great. You have a really good block here from center, right guard, and left or right tackle over. Obviously, Brandel here, left tackle, is doing a great job. But all these guys have kind of met their offensive or the defenders on the right side of their helmets. So he's kind of face up on him, Cordasco here, a little bit to the right. News has come down hard on this guy and really pushing him out. Blake has set this guy up to think it's a pass to get him out of the play. And then you have Kipper here coming down really hard, helping with Cordesco and then anyone up here. And what's great is this guy right here, he should be prepared for someone to come and get him since everyone left. But he's kind of thinking he's got a free shot. And if you look at Clarke, if he does everyone else, they're like a step in or maybe a step and a half. Clarke's already way into his path, so he was quick enough to get out of his stance. He took a good first step with his right foot and is already on a beat. He's already about, it looks like he's about even with Cordasco, so he's already passed one lineman and a half. He's already moved a few yards in a very short amount of time, which goes to show his athleticism. And then right here, this is about perfect. A lot of times when you think of pulling, or some people think pulling, you think of it as this straight line, like you're following this black line. You're just going to go parallel to that. But really, you want to kind of have a little upfield lean. You want to take a step back and come upfield because you want your helmet to be kind of in front of this guy's helmet. So now this defender, just physically, he's not going to be able to fight over Clarke very well. And so his only path is backwards. You're getting the ball right here. So if he's coming backwards, he's just going to basically run him away from the play, and he becomes a non-factor. Had Clarke had his head on the other side, it's a real easy play for the defender to slip over and fill the gap. But because all these guys have created this really awesome line right here, and you have Clarke getting perfect position on this defender, you have your H-back who's going to come up through here. So you've got all these guys accounted for. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys right here that are all accounted for with your blockers. This is an almost perfect play in terms of how you would draw something like this up. So look here, you have your running back coming here, you have your H-back. Not sure why he did this, actually. Here's where it kind of breaks down, because if you look at he followed this path and gone up to get this guy, you have basically no one here. You have this giant lane. This is, from the side, it doesn't look like much, but this is probably, a 2-yard gap right through here. And there's no one on this guy. Everyone else is covered up. So had this H-back actually gone up the path like he was running the play as well, this could have been a much bigger play. So that's kind of a negative right there. Now, again, I don't know. Maybe they were assuming that this guy would follow him outside. I don't know the whole the theory behind this play. But just from my point of view, had he been acting as a lean blocker instead of going outside, I think this play is a huge, 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 huge play. So real quick, at the very end of this, we have this. This is definitely a solid play. This is a 5-6 yard play on first down. And you have Clarke over here that really had good finish. Now his guy got away at the end because he fought over, but at the point he did, Clarke had moved it back. Look where this line. This is the line of scrimmage right here, right? This black line in theory. And this guy's fighting back from 3 yards back. So Clarke not only came upfield and met him, but drove him back 3 yards, forced him away from the play. I don't think, even if we had blocked the guy that got in here and made the tackle, I don't think that he ever gets in this play. And that's what you want. You want, when I talk about finish, you want a defensive player that you block to never be a part of the play. You want to finish your block. And I think Clarke did a great job of this. This is an excellent play for the Beavers all around. I'd like to see more of that. Obviously, there's a few things that I think they could have done to make it even more successful, but that's pretty nitpicky. In terms of Clarke and his abilities right here, you saw someone who's hyper athletic, running full speed down the line, making perfect contact in the perfect spot, driving his guy out and opening a lane for a significant first down carry.